Delivery driver?
Yep, Benjamin Akintunde. He was wearing a lanyard with a photo ID attached.
Cause of death?
Blunt force trauma, back of the head. Sockos reckon he was hit over the back of the head and then pushed under the van.
Oof. Thank you. So it looks like he was trying to change a tyre.
Yeah, we can't find any sign of the tyre iron. Sockos reckon it may have been used as a murder weapon. But what we do have is a nice, clear finger mark in the victim's blood.
Okay, so what are we thinking? Robbery gone wrong?
I'm not sure. He's still got his keys, wallet and his phone. All we've got to do now is unlock it.
The witness noticed the van last night before she went to bed, and when it was still there this morning, she decided to take a look.
What time did she go to bed?
Just before midnight.
It's late to be out delivering parcels.
Control has spoken to our victims' employers, who provided us with the name and address of the next of kin, Mrs. Marilyn Akintunde.
Okay, Rob, if you could pay the delivery company a visit and see why he was out delivering parcels so late, and Billy and I'll do the death knock.
All right.
Have you seen the detective inspector this morning?
Not yet. Don't worry.
Have you ever had a complaint made against you?
A few. None of them were upheld, just like this won't be.
I don't think the detective inspector would agree.
It's David's job to make sure the complaint is properly investigated, that's all. I'll talk to him. Get him to reassure you that he's on your side.
Thanks.
Yeah?
I'm Detective Constable Billy Fitzgerald. This is Detective Sergeant Vivian Cole. Is Mrs. Akintunde home?
Yeah, she's asleep. She was out last night.
And you are?
Her son, Stephen.
We really need to speak to your mum.
Yeah, you better come in. If you just wait in there, I'll wake her up. Mum, wake up. Mum, wake up. The police are downstairs. What have you done now?
Mrs. Akintunde,
Marilyn, please.
it's about your husband, Benjamin.
What about him?
I'm very sorry to tell you both that Benjamin is dead.
Are you a police officer?
I'm Detective Constable Rob Brady.
What's happened to Benjamin? One of your colleagues rang asking for an next of kin?
And you are?
Lola Smith. This is my company.
And I'm very sorry to inform you that Benjamin's dead.
No, we did. How did he die?
He's been murdered.
Poor Benjamin. He was a lovely man. Really lovely man.
I have to ask, Mrs. Akintunde, where were you last night?
I went out for a few drinks.
Okay. Where did you go?
Swan and Sixpence.
Who with?
On my own. I wasn't drinking on my own. I've been going to the Swan for years. Everyone knows me.
And what time did you get back?
I'm not sure. What time was it, Stephen?
About 11:30.
And what did you do yesterday evening?
I was here. I was revising for my exams.
Weren't you worried when Benjamin didn't come home?
Dad doesn't live.
Benjamin got himself a flat a couple of months ago. We had a bit of a falling out. It was getting sorted.
Benjamin made all of his deliveries yesterday.
How come he was out so late?
We deliver until 11 p.m.
Have you got a way of tracking the route that he took?
Yeah, we should do. I need to speak to our IT guy.
When did you last see him?
About 6 p.m. yesterday evening.
What, here?
Yeah. I was on my way out and Benjamin was getting ready to do his rounds.
Has Benjamin worked here for long?
I started this business 20 years ago. Drove the first van myself. Benjamin was driver number 2. He also ended up marrying my big sister.
I went round to Benjamin Akintunde's flat. I don't reckon he's been living there.
How come?
No personal possessions, no clothes, not even a toothbrush.
So where was he living?
I rang his boss, she couldn't tell me.
Have you seen David?
No.
He missed a meeting with the Deputy Assistant Commissioner first thing, and he's not answering his phone. We should be doing a witness appeal.
Why don't you do it if the detective inspector's gone AWOL?
Yeah, I might have to. Well, David had better turn up soon. The DSC is furious. Hey. I brought you some painkillers. By the look of you, you're going to need them. Benjamin Akintunde was a loving husband and father. This morning, he was found fatally assaulted whilst doing his job as a delivery driver. We're appealing to members of the public to assist in our investigation. If you saw anything at all, please call the number on the screen. Thank you.
Benjamin Akintunde, 42 years old, married Marilyn in 2002. Their son, Stephen, was born a couple of years later. Benjamin was a part-time musician and a full-time delivery driver.
What did he play?
Trumpet. Going by social media, he was pretty good.
Any convictions?
Benjamin was squeaky clean, but the police were called to the marital home a few weeks ago.
Why?
Benjamin and Marilyn were fighting. The officers calmed things down and left.
Interesting.
What's even more interesting is why the neighbours called 999 in the first place. They were worried for Benjamin's safety.
And not Marilyn's.
No.
How many weeks ago was this?
8. Excuse me. Detective Constable Fitzgerald.
8 weeks ago is when Benjamin moved out. Did Marilyn strike you as the violent type?
She struck me as a drunk. She stank of booze this morning.
Still no sign of the detective inspector?
Nope.
That was the landlord from the Swan. Marilyn Akintunde was there last night, like she said. What Marilyn didn't tell us was so was Benjamin. Apparently, they had a fight. The landlord had to ask them to leave.
What time was that?
About 11:30.
When you say fight,
The landlord said Marilyn was going crazy. She threatened Benjamin. Said she was going to kill him. Hello, Stephen.
Hello again.
we need another word with your mum.
Yeah, come in.
You told us you were in the Swan and Sixpence last night.
That's right.
Just chatting to the regulars.
Yeah.
We have witnesses saying that you were with Benjamin.
Was he there? I get these blackouts.
When did you last see your dad?
Yesterday, after college, he called around.
Why?
I texted him, said I needed to talk.
What about?
Moving into his place. He said he'd think about it.
And why would you want to move?
I'm 18. I need my own space.
Stephen, can you tell me what happened the night your neighbours called the police? It was about 2 months ago.
Nothing. Just shouting. The people next door, they overreacted.
Your neighbors told our officers that they were concerned for Benjamin's safety.
It was the night he told me he was moving out. After 20 years of marriage. I was shouting at him, of course I was.
Why did he decide to go?
Well, isn't it obvious? I drink too much. Lose my temper.
And that night, did you lose your temper then?
I didn't mean to do it. I lashed out at him, cut his face.
The landlord at the Swan said you were threatening to kill Benjamin last night. Marilyn, did you kill your husband?
I honestly don't know.
Marilyn Akintunde, I'm arresting you in suspicion of the murder of your husband, Benjamin Akintunde. She claims she can't remember what she did last night.
Do you believe her?
I mean, maybe. You know, years ago, I locked up a guy for killing his wife. He couldn't remember doing it. Still can't. I also asked Marilyn for the clothes that she was wearing. She can't find them.
I think I've got a good idea where they might be. If your mother thinks she's washed out any blood evidence, she's got another thing coming.
She didn't put the wash on. I did.
Mrs. Wayne.
Hello, Wayne.
Hello.
Have you got Benjamin on CCTV?
Yes, I do. This is Benjamin arriving here at 5:48 yesterday afternoon.
Have you got CCTV of him leaving?
Yes, just after 6. He loads up his van, heads out on his round.
And doesn't come back?
No.
Do you track the van's movements?
Yes. Benjamin's route yesterday evening matched up with his list of deliveries and the addresses.
So he was busy out delivering parcels until...
About 10:30.
What'd he do then?
Well, I expect him to drive back here, but he doesn't. Instead, the van just sits on McFarlane Road for nearly an hour.
McFarlane Road, isn't that where the Swan and Sixpence is?
It is, yes.
My sister's local.
So the van just sits outside.
And Benjamin was there until when?
About 11:30. Then he drives around for a bit. Ends up near Felsham Court, just before midnight.
Where he was murdered. I'm sorry.
That's all I've got.
Just can't get my head around it. You know, he used to be a musician.
I heard.
He was good. Soulful.
Since Benjamin moved out of the marital home, has he seen someone new?
If he was, he didn't talk to me about it.
Tell me about his relationship with your sister.
Marilyn has a serious drink problem, and Benjamin tried to help her over and over, but she wouldn't help herself.
Have you spoken to her this morning?
I've left messages, and she hasn't rung back. Maybe I should call round.
Well, there's no point. I need to tell you that Marilyn's been arrested.
For killing Benjamin?
Yeah.
You don't seriously think she did that, do you?
We're keeping an open mind.
The finger mark that was found at the scene, it's not a match for our victims. It's also not a match for Marilyn or Stephen Akintunde.
Well, it doesn't mean that we can rule them out completely. And there's no absolute guarantee that the finger mark was made by the killer.
Whoever it does belong to, they don't have a criminal record. There's no match on the system. No sign of the detective inspector?
Not yet.
Have you tried ringing his wife?
Nope. He doesn't live with her anymore.
So where's he living?
Not got a clue.
How come you're not at work?
Day's leave. I did tell you.
Have you rung in?
Not yet.
Why don't I do that for you? Give them something to gossip about.
That is just what I don't need.
The tech team have got into Benjamin Akintunde's phone data.
Anything interesting?
Very. Ben May, Maz in bar off her face. Can you take her home?
Who sent that?
Tracy Fallow, one of the barmaids at the Swan.
That's why Benjamin went to the pub.
Okay, so he goes to the pub. Him and Marilyn have a fight. They leave together like they have 100 times before. What's Marilyn's motivation for killing him last night?
Maybe she found out Benjamin was in a relationship.
With her sister.
How did you know?
I didn't, but I had my suspicions.
They were definitely in the new love stage. Lots of soppy texts.
Are they living together?
Looks like it. Plenty of talk about what to cook for dinner.
I asked Ola Smith if Benjamin had been seeing someone new. She looked me in the eye and lied her face off.
Benjamin saved this to the cloud at 4:43 yesterday afternoon.
That looks like the inside of the parcel depot.
So what's special about those trainers?
I don't know, but I do know one thing. Those trainers are identical to the pair Stephen Akintunde was wearing this morning. What can you tell me about the trainers Stephen was wearing today?
I didn't buy him. Stephen gets his own stuff these days. What's so important about his trainers?
It's our job to ask the questions.
When you saw Benjamin last night, did he tell you that he was in a new relationship?
No, he didn't tell me. He didn't have to, I worked it out. It was written all over his face. I forced him to tell me who she was. What I wasn't expecting him to say was that he was in love with my sister.
Is that when it all kicked off between you and Benjamin?
Yeah, I went mad. The landlord threw us out.
And then what happened?
I can't remember. I wish I could. I still can't remember.
Right, chase up forensics on Marilyn's clothes and beddings. We're wasting time asking her questions.
Okay.
Lola Smith just called. Stephen Akintunde is outside her depot. He's drunk and he's threatening to trash her car.
She needs to pay for what she's done. Your dad wouldn't have wanted this. You shot up about my dad.
What's this about, Stephen?
Stay away, copper. Stay away.
Lola's your aunt, right?
Yeah, she's my mum's sister. She needs to stay away from my dad.
If you put the bat down, we can talk about this.
Stop telling me what to do.
Stephen, we need you to come with us.
Stop! Run where you are.
All right. It's all right. Hold your hand there. Stephen, I'm detaining you for the purposes of searching you. Come here. Right, sit down. I want your trainers.
Is this a joke?
Do I look like I'm joking?
Fine, take him. The crap anyway. What's that?
Oh, come on.
I've never seen that before in my life.
Stephen Akintunde, I'm arresting you on suspicion of the possession of a controlled drug and a fray. You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention, when questioned, something which you later align in court. And anything you do say may be given in evidence. Do you understand? Let's go. Come on. Come on. Why didn't you tell me you were seeing Benjamin?
I was trying to protect Marilyn's feelings. It's bad enough that her husband is dead.
You're going to need to start telling us the truth.
I'm sorry.
How long were you together?
A couple of months. I'd loved him for years. But nothing happened while he was still with Marilyn.
I'm going to need a full download of your server and all of your CCTV from the past 24 hours.
I'll speak to Wayne.
And we need to search his premises.
Have you got a warrant?
Do I need to get one?
Why don't you tell me what you're looking for?
If I were you, I'd pray we don't find him. else has got access to this key?
Well, the keys are hung up on a hook in the office so anyone can use them. This is just an overflow storage room. We don't really keep anything important in there.
I've never had alcohol before. Because of what it does to my mom. It's horrible.
Is that why you threatened your aunt with a baseball bat? Because you'd had a drink?
My dad's dead. It's all Lola's fault.
When did you find out they were seeing each other?
Last week. I'd asked my dad if I could move into his flat, and he said that he was giving the flat up. He said that he'd met someone.
You told my colleague that you thought your dad left the trainers in the cupboard.
Yeah?
Why?
Because he came round last night. They weren't there in the cupboard before that.
What time did he come round?
About 5 o'clock.
So you found the trainers?
After Dad had left. They were my size. I assumed that he left them there for me and just forgot to tell me.
Detective Sergeant Cole. Oh, hey, Yasmin. How can I help you?
I thought you might be wondering where Detective Inspector Bradford is.
Yeah, we are.
He's with me.
What do you mean he's with you? Where?
At my place. Can you speak to the Deputy Assistant Commissioner's office? Apologize on David's behalf.
Why? What's happened?
The truth is, Vivian, he's in no fit state to go into work.
Well, okay, so what do you want me to say?
Say it's an urgent welfare issue. Thank you, Vivian. Goodbye.
We think Benjamin Akintunde was about to blow the whistle. We have reason to believe that your company is being used to import and distribute Class A drugs.
Sorry?
Show Miss Smith the video. What can you tell me about those boxes of trainers?
Nothing. I've never seen them before.
This is what was hidden inside the trainers. We just heard back from the lab that that powder is heroin.
I swear I knew nothing about this. Who shot that video?
Benjamin.
This must be what Benjamin wanted to talk to me about. Is this why he was murdered?
You didn't see anyone bringing these boxes in?
No.
Or taking them back out again?
No. No.
What would be really helpful is if you would let us take your fingerprints so that we can eliminate you from our inquiries once and for all.
Any joy with the CCTV from the parcel depot?
No, it doesn't make any sense. Me and Billy have scrolled through all 5 camera feeds and we can't find anyone taking those trainers in or out of the building.
Okay, well, I heard from the detective inspector. He's not feeling so good today. He'll be in tomorrow.
Not feeling so good. More like the mother of all hangovers.
Yeah, I think you're right.
That was the incident room. They've had a confidential tip-off in response to your appeal, Sarge. A young woman called in. She was having a fight with her boyfriend about 12:30 this morning, very close to the murder scene. Her boyfriend was getting aggressive, so when a man came around the corner, she ran to him for safety. Only problem was, the man was spattered with blood.
Did she give a description?
Yeah, black, mid-30s, beard, very tall, over 6 foot.
That sounds like Wayne Abbey.
Who's Wayne Abbey?
He's in charge of IT and security at Lola Smith's delivery company.
Your fingerprints were not a match for the marks found on the van.
Of course they weren't.
How long has Wayne Abbey worked for you?
Since he left school, so must be about 15 years.
How much are you paying him?
About 30,000 a year.
So how can he afford to live here?
I asked him that. He said he came into some money. He does go on some amazing holidays. Can't believe I've been so stupid. Oh, Wayne, did you send the police all of the CCTV they asked for?
Yeah. Why are you asking?
They're going on and on about it. They're sending someone to check the servers. We've got nothing to worry about, have we, Wayne?
No, of course not.
Good.
Wait for them to unload. Stand by. Strike, strike, strike!
Wayne Abbey, I'm arresting you for the murder of Benjamin Akintunde. You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention, when questioned, something which you later align in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence. Do you understand?
You're crazy. I had nothing to do with that.
Do you want to say anything about this?
Okay. I hold my hand up to the drugs, but I ain't no murderer.
Wayne Abbey, I'm further arresting you for the supply of controlled drugs. Let's go. When did you last see Benjamin Akintunde?
Yesterday afternoon, just before he went out on his round.
And you're claiming you didn't see him again after that?
No.
What did you do last night, Wayne?
I stayed in, watched TV.
You didn't go out at all?
No.
So how do you explain this? That is your finger mark found on the passenger door of Benjamin's van. In Benjamin's blood.
Could have happened earlier on in the day.
Yeah, but you see, the blood in the van came from the blow that killed Benjamin. He was alive and well earlier in the day.
Lola doesn't have a clue. I import drugs from Turkey. Hidden in all sorts of stuff.
How long has this been going on?
Years.
When did Benjamin find out?
A couple of days ago, I think. I was stashing some stuff in the storeroom. I thought I had the place to myself. It was late. But Benjamin was still in the building. He must have seen me, because the next day I heard him asking around for the storeroom key.
So it wasn't hanging on a hook in the office?
No. I had them. I thought I had the only copy, but Benjamin must have found a spare or something, because I found him nosing around yesterday afternoon. Saw him take a box of trainers.
What happened next?
I moved the stuff into a hired van. And then I waited for Benjamin to go on his round. I had to just figure out what to do next.
So what did you do?
I went back to the depot and tracked where Benjamin's van was. And then I flagged down a cab and got dropped a couple of streets away from where he was parked up. He was changing a tire when I got there. I offered to cut him in on the action. You know, I said Lola is rolling in cash. Why shouldn't we make a few extra quid, you know?
How did that go down?
He said he was gonna show Lola the trainers and tell the police. I couldn't let him do that.
So?
So, I picked up the tire iron and I hit Benjamin over the head with it.
Did you know, Wayne? Benjamin never opened up the trainers.
What do you mean?
We reckon he never knew about the drugs. We reckon he thought you were just flogging some knockoff trainers.
That's probably why I wasn't excited about getting a cut of the action.
I never meant to hurt anyone. Well, I just wanted a bit of what Lola's got. Have you seen the car she drives?
What about the blood on my clothes?
It wasn't Benjamin's blood. It was yours.
I do fall over. A lot.
We can arrange for you to see some agencies, grief counselling, addiction.
I'd like that. Thanks.
Thanks. There's someone outside who'd like to see you both. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I understand they're still angry.
Right, I've got bedtime stories to read. Do you mind finishing up the paperwork?
Yeah, fine. You owe me one, though.
You can hold me to that. Night.
Night. I was going to shoot too.
Something I said.
What are you looking at?
Vacancies in other units.
You don't have to do that. I'll sort it. I promise. Good night.
Night.
Come in.
Hello, Vivian.
What's going on, David?
Just tell her, David. Tell her the truth.
All I'm asking is, try to understand why I've done what I've done.
Thank you. Bye.
Sook, I reckon he's been dead about a month. We'll have to wait for the post-mortem to confirm cause of death, but it looks like he's been hit over the head.
If this is the victim's passport, his name's Peter Hodges. According to the system, he was reported missing 4 weeks ago.
Who by?
His wife.
You got an address?
Home and work. She's a university professor.
Let's do the death knot.
Doesn't the Sarge want to take a look at this?
She's happy for us to get on with it. The sergeant's got other priorities this morning.
is our suitcase. These are my husband's possessions. We've only been married a year.
We're very sorry for your loss.
We're going to need your assistance with a forensic sample for a comparison. Something belonging to Peter.
Of course.
Did Peter take his phone the morning he went missing? It's not been recovered as yet.
The missing persons team asked me to look, but I couldn't find it.
We understand the MISPA case has been downgraded.
Yes. One of the neighbors saw my husband leaving. He had a suitcase with him. The detectives decided it proved his disappearance wasn't suspicious. I'd say they were wrong, wouldn't you?
The neighbour who saw Peter leaving.
Mrs. McCarthy?
Yeah, which side is she?
Right, number 17. What do you need?
His comb, a pair of glasses, his pillowcase.
I might as well tell you, we were sleeping in separate rooms.
Poor guy. I can't believe he was murdered. Sorry. It's a shock.
You gave a statement to the missing persons team that you saw him leaving the house on Friday the 17th of last month. What time was that?
It was about 8:30 a.m. That's when my husband rings. He works away a lot in Manchester, phones before his first meeting. I was standing here, clearing up after the kids. I saw Mr. Hodges leave the house.
With a suitcase?
Yes.
What happened next?
My husband rang. My phone was in the kitchen. By the time I came back in here, Mr. Hodges was gone.
You didn't see where he went from there?
No. Like I said, he was gone.
We're separate rooms. Do you mind if I ask?
Before I met Peter, he was always in debt, serious debt. When we got married, he asked me to take charge of the money so he couldn't fritter it away. He even arranged to have his salary paid into my account.
How did that work?
I gave him a basic allowance in cash, just enough to cover his day-to-day expenses. And it worked well for a while. But
what?
We still loved each other. But Peter was growing increasingly resentful. He told me he didn't feel like a man anymore.
I've been going through Peter Hodges' financials. He had a savings account of his own. And 2 days before he disappeared, he paid in £5,000 in cash.
Interesting.
I also went through the receipts in his wallet, and I found one for a cafe next door to the bank. 2 coffees, 2 sandwiches, 20 minutes after he deposited the 5K.
So he wasn't alone?
I requested the bank's CCTV. I'll send it to you now.
That is Charlie Hill, Peter's older brother. He's a car dealer.
Hill?
Peter took my surname when we married. He was keen to make a clean break, especially from his brother.
They didn't get on?
Charlie didn't approve of our relationship. He described Peter as my lapdog.
And you had no idea Peter was in contact with Charlie again?
As far as I knew, Peter had cut him out of his life for good. But then Charlie always was the arch manipulator.
How come we're out and about and the Sarge is in the office doing all the grunt work?
We're sleeping in separate bedrooms.
Some people do.
That's not a marriage.
What's up with you lately?
I haven't seen my wife for days, or my kids.
How much longer have I got to be stuck in this dump?
It's been a long night.
It was the best we could do at such short notice.
If you would just give us a name, none of this would be necessary.
Guarantee my safety, and I will.
You're protecting a murderer, a serving police officer who has killed 3 people.
That is why I need to be absolutely sure that you are going to keep me safe before I tell anyone anything.
What about your duty? The oath you swore.
You swore you'd stay with me till death us do part. What happened to that?
Is he going to come through? Tell us what we need to know.
Your guess is as good as mine.
You shouldn't be out and about. I want you to go straight to the office and stay there.
She just walked out on me, you know. Didn't even leave a note. I got home. Vivian had packed up her stuff and gone.
Mr. Hill?
Who's asking?
Detective Constable Billy Fitzgerald. This is Detective Constable Rob Brady.
What's this about?
Your brother, Peter Hodges.
Was he turned up?
I'm very sorry to tell you, Peter was found dead.
Dead? Has there been an accident?
No, the circumstances are being treated as suspicious.
What does that mean?
Mr. Hill, we're investigating your brother's murder.
Sir?
You told the missing persons team that you haven't seen your brother in months. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
Well, before I ask you that question again, I need you to take a look at some CCTV.
This was just over 4 weeks ago.
Pete didn't want Cassidy to know we were meeting.
How come?
Because she's controlling, suffocating. She treated him like a child. He had to ask her for every penny, permission to breathe.
Why were you in the bank together 2 days before he disappeared?
I lent him some cash.
Why?
An escape fund.
Well, how do you explain the fact that the money's still in Peter's account? He never touched it.
What? No, I just assumed that When he disappeared, he used it to get away from that witch.
So your brother didn't contact you after he left?
No.
You sure? Do I need to remind you this is a murder investigation?
I swear I've never heard from Pete again.
This is Peter Hodges, 33 years old. He worked in maintenance at Royal Ashford University for the last 8 years, which is where he met his wife, Cassidy.
She's a doctor, neuroscience, proper high flyer, written books and everything.
They sound very chalk and cheese.
They are. Our victim has a history of getting himself into serious financial trouble.
According to Cassidy, when they got married, Peter asked her to take care of their finances, keep him out of any temptation.
That's not how his brother sees it. He reckons Peter was the victim of coercive control. You should meet Cassidy Hodges, Sarge. See what you make of her.
Okay, set it up.
Sarge, I've been talking to Rob, or rather he's been talking to me.
About?
The fact that he had to send his family away because they were threatened.
What else did he say?
Only that I should speak to you.
Is Vivian seeing anyone?
The detective sergeant is a very private person.
What about you and her?
I'm not going to dignify that with an answer.
Turn you down, did she?
Get a life.
You have no idea of the pressure.
You're a disgrace.
I am still your senior officer.
So what are you going to do? Report me?
So the chief super has been covering for a murderer.
This guy killed Tyler Bates, Grace Harper, and Harry Steadman.
But Tyler Bates was a police officer.
We think the killer is too.
So the minute I met Mulger, I didn't like him. Something really creepy about him. I need to respond to this.
Look, Billy. Not a word to anybody.
Yeah, of course.
This is my detective sergeant.
Vivian Cole.
I take it you spoke to Peter's brother.
We did.
Let me guess. According to Charlie Hill, I'm a control freak. A monster. He said it to my face often enough.
Why do you think Peter was back in contact with his brother again?
To have a good time, spend money, be carefree. My husband was addicted to spending. He knew that he had to go cold turkey to have any chance of conquering that addiction.
So you took charge of the finances?
Tell me, Sergeant, are you married?
I was.
Then it might be foreign to you that in a trusting relationship, what's mine is yours is quite normal.
Were you aware that Peter had a savings account?
No, I was not. Was there any money in it?
£5,000.
According to Charlie, it was his running away fund.
But the odd thing is that he never got around to spending any of it.
All that means is that he was killed before he could withdraw it.
The press reporting of Peter Hodges' murder has paid dividends. A local journalist received an anonymous tip-off about the morning he disappeared. The caller saw a car hanging around outside the Hodges house. The description they gave of the car is of interest. An orange Subaru Impreza rear spoiler.
Sounds like the car Charlie Hill was working on this morning, eh?
Yeah, the one he was so keen to cover up when we arrived.
Yeah, so maybe Dr. Hodges was right about Charlie Hill.
Officers, you got any news?
Where's the car you were working on this morning? The souped-up Subaru?
So the owner came to collect it.
Can we get their name and address?
Yeah, be in the office.
All units be on the lookout for an orange Subaru Impreza, no call index. Driver is wanted in connection with the murder of Peter Hodges. That's the car.
So much for a customer collecting it.
He's locked it.
Of course he has. Yeah, it's DC Brady.
It's open now.
Number plates are false.
Surprise, surprise. St. Christopher.
Wasn't our murder victim wearing one of these in their photo?
Looks like a match to me.
Yeah.
According to Cassidy Hodges, Peter never took off the St. Christopher.
So it's definitely his.
I reckon so, but the lab will confirm it.
So, dead or alive, Peter Hodges was in the stolen car that his brother's driving?
At some point.
David, what's happening?
What's that for?
I can't imagine what you've been going through. One thing I don't understand, though, how did Vivian and David get the chief super to play ball?
The Sarge didn't tell you absolutely everything then.
What?
Vivian and Mulgrew used to be married.
Rob, we need you to take over from the detective inspector at the safe house. He needs to go to HQ.
I'm on my way.
Detective Constable Fitzgerald. Thanks for letting me know. Charlie Hill just handed himself in. Apparently, he's worried we think he killed his brother.
I wonder why he thinks that.
I didn't kill Pete.
Why did you run then?
Panicked.
Why?
Because of that orange Subaru.
We suspect that it's stolen. The engine and chassis numbers have been removed.
Tell us, Charlie. Did you do that?
Yes. Me and Pete, we were stealing cars.
When did this start?
A few months back, Pete needed some cash to leave Cassidy. He was always good with electronics. He got hold of, like a scanner. You point it at the car and the owner thinks it's secure when it's locked, but it isn't.
The thing is, we're not so concerned that the car was stolen. What we care about is whether your brother Peter was ever inside the Subaru.
No, never.
Are you sure?
100%.
Perhaps you'd like to explain this then.
It's the St. Christopher's medal. It's like the one Cassidy gave to Pete.
It was found in the boot of the orange Subaru.
No, that's impossible.
Why?
I told you, Pete was never in that car. I only nicked the Subaru last week.
So you can't explain Peter St. Christopher being in the Subaru?
Could someone have planted it there?
Well, it's possible, I guess.
How?
Well, the same way Pete got into the cars he nicked. Using the scanner.
Charlie's story holds up. The orange Subaru was reported stolen 3 weeks after Peter went missing.
So who planted the evidence?
How's he been?
Pain in the neck.
I am sorry, you know. About what? That he threatened your kids. I assume they're still safe.
They are.
I'm glad to hear that.
So what kind of hold has this guy got over you?
He saved my life, which meant that I owed him big time.
Did you know I used to box? I wasn't half bad. I could paste you all over those walls. Believe me, nothing will give me greater satisfaction.
Why don't you then?
Because I need you to identify the man that threatened my kids. And I need him to be locked up, behind bars, so that I can hold my babies in my arms again.
You are kidding me.
What?
Mila McCarthy, the Hodges neighbour. There's no way she could have seen Peter Hodges leaving around 8:30 on that Friday morning.
How come?
When I spoke to her this morning, something wasn't right, so I ran a check on her financials. According to her debit account records, Mila was putting petrol in her car at 8:27, 3 miles from home. Can we come in?
What's going on?
I'm going to arrest you for murdering Peter Hodges and for perverting the course of justice, and then these officers are going to conduct a search of your property.
What's going on?
We've made an arrest.
Miss McCarthy, you think she killed Peter?
I can't say much at the moment. I'll ask the detective sergeant to give you a ring, bring you up to speed. Mila, you gave a statement saying you saw Peter Hodges leave home at around 8:30 on the morning he disappeared. This is a receipt for petrol paid for on your debit card at 8:27. It's quite the trick being in two places at once.
I dropped my kids off at school. Got some petrol on the way to the supermarket.
Did you see Peter Hodges leave the house with a suitcase?
No.
I looked at Peter Hodges' call data again. The last time he used his mobile was at 9 o'clock on the Thursday night.
So he could have been killed before Friday?
That's what I'm thinking. This is footage from a CCTV camera near the deposition site on Thursday, just before midnight. I can't get a clear registration yet, but I'm sure that's Mila McCarthy's car.
You know, if Mila is the killer, then she'd have to have planted the St. Christopher in Charlie's car.
Using a scanner. I find that hard to believe.
Yeah, so do I. Who would be clever enough and arrogant enough to think that they could get away with all of this?
Cassidy Hodges.
Exactly. What were you doing in the evening of Thursday the 16th?
The night before, you said you saw Peter leaving with his suitcase.
I was at home with the kids.
All night?
Yes.
You didn't go out?
No.
Then what was your car doing near Millwall Stadium at 23:48 that evening? That is your car, isn't it?
Yes.
Mila, did you kill Peter Hodges?
No.
Then who did?
I can't tell you.
Why?
I just can't.
Right, she's coming in.
Who is?
The victim's wife, Cassidy Hodges. I told her I want to update her on the progress of the investigation.
And what are you really up to?
We think she killed her husband.
We just have to prove it. How's it going?
Good. The Deputy Assistant Commissioner will be here soon. Rob's bringing Margaret in to speak to her.
We have a deal?
Yes, I think we do.
He doesn't deserve to be protected. After what he's done, he should be going to prison.
We have reason to believe that your husband was killed on the Thursday night, which means we need to recalibrate our investigation timeline. Can you tell me where you were that evening?
As I told you, I was out to dinner with friends. Italian restaurant on Opera Street.
What time did you get home?
Late. Very late. I walked all the way.
From Upper Street?
Yes, I'd been drinking. Wanted to clear my head. I left the restaurant about 11:30, so I can't have got home till nearly 1 o'clock in the morning.
When you got home, did you see your husband? Speak to him?
No, I assumed he was fast asleep.
In his own room?
That's right.
One more thing. Where were you between 10 and 11 o'clock this morning?
At home. Coming to terms with my husband being murdered.
Thank you. That's very helpful.
Cassidy Hodges told us she was out for dinner with friends the night her husband was killed. The dinner checks out, but she paid for a meal earlier than she told us. If she caught a taxi rather than walked,
she could have been home in 20 minutes.
So she had plenty of time to get home, kill her husband, and dispose of his body. When was the body dumped?
Just before midnight. CCTV shows Mila's car in the area.
I requested urgent call data for Cassidy's phone. She told us she was home this morning.
grieving.
But cell site puts her very close to Charlie's garage.
And what was she up to?
She was planting her husband, St. Christopher, in the car that she took to be Charlie's.
All right, that's more than enough for me. Arrest her and search her home address.
Thank you for waiting.
I've had enough. You can call a taxi for me.
Circumstances have changed.
What do you mean circumstances have changed?
Cassidy Hodges, I'm arresting you on suspicion of the murder of your husband, Peter Hodges.
I came in here voluntarily.
You do not have to say anything that may harm your defense if you do not mention, when questioned, something which you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence. Do you understand?
Just need to swing by my office, pick up a couple of personal items. Won't take a moment.
Make it quick. Mila, I'm Detective Inspector David Bradford. I'm here to tell you that we've arrested Cassidy Hodges on suspicion of murdering her husband.
Why don't you tell us what really happened, Mila?
Cassidy bashed Pete's head in.
Go on.
Cassidy came home early, found us in bed together.
You were having an affair.
We slept together a few times. We were both lonely. That night, we were saying goodbye. He had enough money to leave her.
What happened when Cassidy found you together?
She went crazy. Shouting, screaming at Pete. He tried to lock himself in the bathroom. She was so strong. He didn't stand a chance.
Did you see Cassidy kill Peter?
No. I heard a terrible noise. Then it all went quiet. By the time I got to the bathroom door, he was on the floor. There was so much blood.
Did you see what Cassidy hit Peter with?
No, not really. It was in her hand. Something shiny.
What happened next?
Cassidy said it was all my fault. She threatened to tell my husband what I'd been up to. I couldn't let her do that.
And then?
Cassidy can't drive. She made me drive my car so she could dump Pete's body. It was horrible.
Oh, in here, Detective, if you don't mind.
What have you found?
This is a joke.
When did you last see Charlie Hill?
I told you. Over a year ago at our engagement party.
You didn't call around today?
Of course not.
Cell site data for your phone shows you close to Charlie Hill's garage this morning. You were there from 10:26 until 10:31.
Plenty of time to plant evidence in a car.
You might be interested to know your trip was a waste of time. Charlie didn't steal the car until 3 weeks after Peter was killed, when Peter's body had already been dumped.
When did you leave the restaurant? The night before you reported your husband missing?
It was well after 11, closer to 12.
And yet you paid the bill not long after 10 o'clock?
I hung around, chatted to staff, had another drink.
Amelia McCarthy told us what really happened that Thursday night.
Did she tell you she killed Peter? They'd been having an affair. He told her he was leaving, and she killed him.
Really? And you've been covering for her all this time? Why would you do that?
We're searching your house. The forensic team have found blood and tissue matter in your bathroom. We're assuming both belong to your husband, but the lab will confirm that. We also found fragments of glass, consistent with someone breaking a mirror with great force. Can you show me your hands, Dr. Hodges? I can see healing cuts on your hands. How did you get those?
I hit him with the mirror.
So you admit that you killed Peter?
Yes.
Was Amelia McCarthy involved?
No.
Whose idea was it to say that she saw Peter leaving?
Mine.
It worked. Until your husband's body was found.
By the way, when did you find the scanner?
A couple of weeks after. Once I'd worked out what it was for, I realized that is how Peter was stealing cars. After everything I had done to get him on the straight and narrow.
Not such a trusting relationship after all.
Charlie Hill did his best to destroy my marriage. And as for me and McCarthy, having sex with my husband in my house.
You blackmailed her, and you made her move your husband's body with you.
Will she be charged as an accessory?
The Crown Prosecution Service has authorized charges against her.
Then today hasn't been all bad.
Boss, you got a problem.
You were right about coercive control. Good instincts.
Thanks. Rob said something earlier.
What?
He said you were married to the chief super.
What about it?
You told me you didn't even know Mr. Mulgrave.
Sorry about that. I was lying. We've just charged Cassidy Hodges with murder. What's happened?
Chief Superintendent Mulgrew.
I'm sorry, he gave me the slip.
Cracked Rob with a golf club.
Are you all right?
I'm fine. Just feel a bit stupid.
There he is.
He clearly changed his mind about giving evidence.
Where would he go, Vivian? Out the country?
Possibly.
He'd need his passport. Would he risk going home?
When we were married, he hid things in his locker at the gym.
Hereford Gym. Same one I go to. I've seen him in there.
Billy, you're with me.
Yeah.
Rob, line up urgent cell site for Mulgrew.
On it.
How could he be so reckless?
I want you to stay here. That is an order, Sergeant. need access to the men's changing area and one of the lockers.
Down there.
Where are you? Don't panic, I'm on my way.
His locker's empty. We've missed him.
Vivian, you were right. My group came here, but we don't know where he is now.
He's here. He's with me. He's dead.